What's going on, everybody? This is Andrew Lee, and today I have Eric Fierro. And the reason why I have Eric Fierro on again is because we have our California Insurance Agents Conference coming up. And this series, these videos that we're making, is sort of the road to the conference. It is in July, and it is on early bird sale right now at 50% off, really. So it's at $49, which is insane
It's a steal.
value. I mean, it's too cheap. Should I have
Yeah.
made it more expensive or
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
no? No, the reason why we did that is because, initially what I wanted to do is I wanted to make this a free event, right? I wanted just information to be information because I'm so sick of all these expo halls, so sick of these conferences just selling and there's not real actual information. There's not conferences like that out there anymore. So I wanted to bring that back, but with the Cali style. And we have somebody sort of on the West Coast. He hails from Arizona, but you know what? He knows what's happening over here. He
Oh yeah.
knows. He knows, right?
Oh
This
yeah.
is Eric Fierro, guys.
I've been going to Cali my whole life, bro. Like
So I'm
my
saying
family
he was
lives in
just there the
Cali.
other day. He didn't hit me up.
Yeah. But I was still a couple hours away from you.
I know, I know. SeaWorld, like, so yeah, I mean, all the fun stuff is, for the kids, Orange County, San
Yeah.
Diego. But, Eric, if you guys don't know, I mean, shoot, I can go over all his accolades, but we don't have that much time.
Google me.
So Google them. So, I mean, Eric, people know you as the person that has created DFY, which is a Go High Level based service, CRM, all the above, right? And people know you from being in the industry for a while and being in pretty much all facets of the industry. Now, because of that, and because of your previous engagements with other conferences where you crushed and you killed and you have an amazing stage presence and amazing insight on Medicare
You're about
and
to make me
anything that
blush,
has
bro.
it's something that has to be said. And why are you blushing when you're the one that's coming to my event to speak and impart this wisdom upon some of these agents? The people that know you know you. The people that know you know that you bring the value, right? I love you as a friend. You're a good friend of mine. I consider you a mentor, a friend, in this industry, especially. But I brought you on because your expertise, you're you. You have a lot to offer. God, th- w- Eric, what are just give us a little hint of like what you're going to talk about because what you have done with me, it's good stuff. I don't know how much we can share what we can, so I'm going to leave it up to you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for those who don't know me, I mean, a lot of my business expertise revolves around everything that has to do with the industry from sales to marketing to technology. I try to be as well rounded as possible, mainly because I think my biggest passion in the industry is actually teaching. And I've always enjoyed mastering something and then being able to pass on that knowledge to other agents to help them grow their agencies and reach potential that they didn't even realize they had. That's probably where I get a lot of happiness in what I do. So, I would say that right now, what I'm wanting to talk about most when I get in front of you guys is going to be probably surrounding AI. We can definitely get into conversation and topics regarding CRMs and automations and how all that can help you with basically taking a burden off your shoulders and allowing you to do what you do best, in scaling your agencies. But there's so much around AI right now, so many different tools and so many different ways that it can be used that I probably want to focus on some of the things that I think can truly move the needle for whether you're an agent or an agency. It'll help move the needle for you with some of the tools that we're currently utilizing in our practices right now, not only in my own insurance agency, but also with the people that we've been helping, as such as Andrew. He's always been one of the first people to jump in and say, dude, test it on me. Like I want to be a part of the group. And so he gets to a lot of times to get first crack at some of the ideas we have and some of the tools we're creating. And he gets to benefit from that. So it's been a lot of fun, right? I mean, Andrew can attest to it. It's been a lot of fun doing what we're
Absolutely.
doing, but I think that ultimately where I see right now that agents and agencies alike have the most interest is in how can AI help me move the needle, and specifically what AI tools can help me move the needle so that I can implement it right away and get moving. And so I think a lot of our conversation is probably going to revolve around voice AI and the new voice AI agents that are available through many different platforms and tools. Obviously, we do have our own that we can offer as well, but I just want to be able to show you guys how we're utilizing it in practice and how we're trying to bring it out in a way that's accessible very easily to agents and agencies alike without having a lot of technical know-how. I really believe that out of the experience that we've had with helping agents with designing ads, running ads, managing their ad platforms, and basically getting leads coming in through their brand, I still see that there is a gap that happens in that leads don't get worked properly. Um, Andrew, you've seen it. You know that yourself, that with the agents you've worked with in the
I
past,
mean, I
like,
could attest to that myself when I'm selling sometimes too.
yeah, but really the idea is this. I have a call center background, and I've always wanted to, like, with the whole idea of our university that we originally built, and also the technology that we've implemented with the university. The idea was to bring the efficiency of a call center to the independent agent. I know that in the past, call centers have gotten bad raps and all that, but they'll tell you one thing they do. They do things very efficiently because there's so much money that's involved. We have to track our metrics very closely, and we have to do things in a certain way to make sure we're getting the most juice, right, from the squeeze as possible. And where I see that as independent agents, I mean, there's a lot of freedom you have, right? There's nobody who's breathing down your neck and saying, you got to work these hours, you got to make these dials, you got to have this much talk time. No one's telling you that, but I'll tell you
Well, there's
what,
one person telling you that.
your
Mhm.
paycheck, or your bank
Yeah, you
account, your bills, your
or your
bills are
wife.
yeah, or your wife, your significant other, right? So the idea is that I, as much as we can coach people and say, listen, this is how you work a lead, and this is the high importance of calling your lead within the first 5 minutes, and this is how many times you should be calling each lead every time you generate one, because statistically speaking, the lead's not going to answer until the 6 to 12 contact attempt. Like, we can tell you this until we're blue in the face, but it doesn't mean that as an agent you're going to necessarily follow through and do it. So it kind of led me to, like, well, the next logical thing with AI being where it's at now is, well, what if we just have a computer do it for you? Like, how would you like that? So that you actually don't have to worry about that anymore. That as soon as a lead is generated and it comes into your system, it's what's dialing, right? So those are the kind of things that I think right now can really help move the needle, because if in my experience, I feel that agents have struggled the most in consistently working leads and making sure they can squeeze all the juice out of the squeeze. Like, it's like, this is the next thing. This is the thing that's going to help move the needle, whether we like it or not, or whether we believe it's going to make us softer or whatever. I've heard a lot of different kind of arguments. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Results matter. And if this means that you can have more people to talk to more consistently, more appointments being booked, more life transfers being done from your machine to you for the money you're investing, because that's the other thing, right? It's like you're buying leads or you're paying to generate the leads. So this is your hard-earned cash that if you're not properly working these leads, you're literally setting your money on fire. And this is something that I've been saying since the beginning of me getting on the speaker circuit and going out and talking at different stages. Like, I've always said this. So that's where I think I want to really focus on when I'm
I
on
love that.
stage out there in California. I just want to make sure agents understand, hey, there's other ways that we can become more efficient,
Yeah.
and this is how.
That's great because when I was doing my interview with Christian, I actually interjected and said the exact same thing you said, right? There's been a shift of people wanting to get into marketing more and then just sort of, backtracking on salesmanship, right? I've been noticing a lot of that. I've seen a post, I don't know who it was, and I'm not trying to call anybody out, but that triple dialing doesn't work, right?
Mm,
Or, just, why are you, but I know it works because it worked for me.
yeah.
There's no way you're gonna convince me that triple dialing doesn't work. It's either that you've had a bad marketing system to begin with where they don't trust you and they don't know you as a brand or a person or a referral. That's pretty much the hardest part to get over. And then after that, once they gain your trust, then you're gonna have to go in and you're gonna have to do the work, right? I mean, once you gain their trust, you go in, and it is gonna be salesmanship. The one call closes are awesome, right? If they're ready to go because your marketing was so on tune, your automations have done everything for you and done for you,
Yeah.
and everything's all good to go. It's just a matter of just enrolling them, right? So. I mean, again, the matter of enrolling them, it could, have multiple steps, and that's going to be, again, like you said, 8 to 12 reach outs, right? And again, if people aren't adhering to these rules, which are pretty these rules work, hence why people use them, right? You're not really bugging them because by the time you call them the third time, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I know. I didn't really know that. This is what that was about, but I just saw your text message, and yeah, I am interested. Like on that third call because you left a voicemail and you left a text message, right?
Yeah.
So there's ways to do that, and I'm glad that you're gonna talk about that because I was gonna talk about that too, but.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, what's some other cool little carrots you can dangle for the event?
Um, yeah, I think that again, if we're revolving around AI, there are all the other tools as well that are going to be available to you to help you with getting like basic questions answered. Even in doing response things, when people are messaging in, AI can respond for you. And again, its whole intent is to try to book an appointment for you. So there's some cool stuff there. There's also I'm very confident that for DFY members we're going to be launching a new tool very soon that I think is another big deal that revolves around webinars, and so we'll probably be discussing that as well. We're kind of I'll learn not learn I will tie the two things together so that it works very cohesively, and you guys can understand like really the real world application to how these things can benefit you. I think the biggest thing is that in the past I have been able to tailor a lot of my um, keynotes to a specific audience, right? If it was a Medicare audience, I could tailor it specifically to that. But in your conference, we're going to have a pretty broad range of insurance agents. So I want to make
Right.
sure that whatever I do, it's tailored so that what I deliver, no matter what niche you're in, you'll be able to implement right away. That's the goal for
Absolutely.
me, right?
And
So,
and yeah, and that's why I wanted you on because you have the ability to do that. I mean, it's it's not just hoorah stuff, right? It's actual applicable sales, marketing knowledge, right?
yeah,
So, and that could be in any industry, any
yeah,
business owner, a mentality of anything that has to do with hustle and that has to do with you being the main dog and doing everything yourself and then scaling from there. So really love that. I'm looking forward to that segment as well too. Um, a last thing that you can dangle.
yeah.
Little hints
I think
what to
I think
expect.
that there it'll be important to also to dive into again in trying to make sure that everything's tied together, making sure to show you guys. the different systems that we utilize in our agency to keep track of our leads and our clients for follow-up processes. It'll be important to show you guys that if you're still working off Excel spreadsheets, like why that's not where you want to be anymore.
Wait, what?
Because there's
If
still a lot of
anything,
agents
it's like
working off.
HubSpot for free now. I mean, like
Yeah,
people know that at least.
yeah.
Excel's
But
crazy.
there's still, there's a lot you're leaving on the table when, you really,
Then
the
you
biggest
gotta
thing
make
that,
it to the conference. No
yeah.
Excel spreadsheets, no faxing. I mean, I guess for some anthem policies, you do have to fax it in, but um, gosh,
Do you remember
I
when we
know.
first met
Yeah,
that you remember that
we have an
somebody
inside
came
story
up and
about
he was just
that.
like, "Hey, can your CRM fax?" And then you were just like, "Fax? Fax, my man, what year are you living in?"
I was like, I'll
Can I
fax your face right
fax?
now with my phone. I have a faxing app.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that it'll be important to demonstrate that as well to show you guys how to tie that all together, and make sure that you guys see like the whole. We're gonna look at things from the 30,000 foot level, but then we're gonna get down to the dirt and really make sure that you see certain things live in application, so that it all makes sense, right? Because that's really what I don't want to happen, and what I never want to happen is that if I'm presenting something that it just goes over someone's head and then they zone out because they're like, I lost him. I don't know what
Right,
he's talking about, right?
right.
I will definitely make sure that everything that I'm delivering will be in a way that you can understand it and understand how the potential of what we're doing can be applied to your agency as well.
Yeah, digestible AI information is always going to come key because, I mean, AI is complicated. It could be as easy as it can be, or it could be as complicated as it can be, right? So there's
Yeah.
really no, I don't know why my camera keeps going on. But yeah, there's really no, in between there. You're either really good, you're getting there, or you're Eric, right?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, very much looking forward to. I don't know why this keeps doing this, dude. Very much looking forward towards Eric's um, speaking, and also Eric has been again a pretty big force in this industry. So if you guys don't know Eric, make sure you guys get to know him. He's actually a cool guy. And also, I mean, obviously you're gonna have some questions for him, and also DFY as well too. And there's so much more that he offers. He's just
Yeah.
we're
We
just
don't have
short
enough
on time
time.
right now, but there's just so much that he offers that if you just pick his brain, I mean, you're gonna get something out of it. I mean, I always say, the speakers that I did handpick this year individually can be worth the cost of admission individually. Now we have six of them, and Eric Fierro being one of them. So
Word.
at this rate, at $49, again, we're not doing this for money. We're doing this for education. Really, it really was what it was supposed to be, right? And
Yeah.
again, the early bird ticket sales are going on now. They're at $49, extremely affordable. They go up to 97 April 30th. But either way, that's still under $100. That's still you've wasted more money on leads. You've wasted more money on dumb stuff. I know you
You
have.
wasted more money on Starbucks and
You've
eating at
wasted more.
horrible
Yeah,
places.
yeah,
This
or
is,
something.
yeah, this is an
Yeah,
investment. This is an investment that is well worth your money. If you're not running to buy a ticket before, because again, there's limited seating, man. It's not like you're going to be able to fit everyone.
exactly. That's another thing. And I'm not just saying that to like flash sell you guys. There actually is limited seating there. So I need to get a head count is another thing too. So thanks for bringing that up. There is limited seating. So just please, as soon as you guys can, just get it off on the half price. It's gonna be on the comment sections below. So go ahead and just register for that. We have the code available as well too. So just apply your discount code and you'll get that 50% off.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah. Eric, anything else you want to say before you
Man, I'm
ring
excited
the
to.
thunder
Yeah, man,
on
I'm
July
excited.
21st?
I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to come to the event, spend time with agents. I I always go into these events as well with a humble mind, knowing that I'm going to learn from others as well, not just people who are going to be on stage, but there's going to be, I'm sure, some powerhouse agents and agencies that are attending who I'll get to spend some time with and hear how they throw down and be able to learn from it. I'm never one to say that I'm done learning and that I know it all. By no means. I keep learning every day.
I love it. And I see you there. When I see you at conferences, you're there, you're taking notes. And even if you don't have to, you still do. Yeah, I'm actually excited for you to meet some people that are going to be big time as well too. So it's going to be a good West Side connection, right? It's going to
West
be a
Side.
good situation there. So guys, get your tickets right now before April 30th, before the prices go up. Again, guys, it's going to be across the street from the Staples Center, not the Crypto.com arena, the Staples Center. And we do have the view of crypto. So it's going to be a good time. A lot of restaurants around, a lot of hotels, all that fun stuff. So if you guys are coming in from out of state or NorCal, feel free to stay anywhere, even at the hotel. At the location is the E Central Hotel right across the street from Crypto.com Arena. So, yeah, get your tickets now. Eric, thanks so much again for being on and then just
Of
sort of
course.
enlightening us with what you're going to talk about. But that's not really what you're going to like. You're going to go deeper into that. That was
Oh
nothing.
yeah.
That was
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely nothing. So please, guys, if you guys want to hear Eric Fierro talk, or if you've never heard Eric Fierro talk, now's the time.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, guys. Well, thanks for your time. Thanks for your time, Eric. And I'll see you guys at the next one and the conference.